they got on so well. I mean, I remember when they separated, and I think I said this, they got on so well that I even thought that maybe Harry and her would get together. Not being funny, when William and Kate said, oh yeah, because they were that close. They were best friends, and I wouldn't have put it past Harry thinking, well, she's a pretty girl. If my brother doesn't want her, I'll have her. 'Cause that wouldn't have surprised me at all. So it could have been William and Harry and Catherine, easily, I would have thought. But William, thankfully, got her back. But what I'm trying to say is how close they were. So it doesn't make sense when Harry said a lot of what he said. I haven't actually listened to all of it because I listened to audiobooks. I haven't listened to all of it, but the bits ahead just didn't make sense. I would say that Harry definitely would have said to his brother, I'm sure he would have said, "You're crazy." I'm sure. I'm convinced of it. We all thought it. We were all thinking this is mad because they were such a good couple together. And, when they separated, was it in 2007? We all wanted them to get back together. So I was thrilled when they did. And then, as you know, I got to do that dinner, which was for me the kind of, because it was a few months on. And, we'd seen them to get back together. We'd seen them at the King's 60th. And then we had that dinner. And it was a kind of, they were then being a lot more public in front of us about it. And that's when we thought, this has got legs. This is good. This is hope
Yeah,
for a future. This is hope
this,
for a future Princess of Wales that we're going to see in tea towels. But I can believe because there was a meeting recently between advisors that's been seen. So I could believe that the king he probably be open to the idea of seeing Harry because he doesn't like ongoing fights. He's a very peaceful kind of character. He doesn't want problems or issues. He just wants everyone to be happy. So I can completely believe that he will be trying to resolve it with him. But the problem is, even if he does meet with him, it won't resolve it. One, it won't resolve the situation instantly, and two, it certainly won't resolve the situation with William. Absolutely won't, because William, I think's got, from what I understand, he's got his own other issues that are going on. I don't know what those are, and so I think for William, you know it's going to be a case of Harry can go to William or approach him, but William's got he's quite a strong character. He could even, if he doesn't want to speak to Harry, he won't. Simple as that. He's got quite a strong will about him, which is not a bad thing. And I think if anything, Catherine would probably be the one more they'd be trying to get the two of them speaking. I could believe that totally. That's what I think.
Imagine this. The media loves to recycle and dig up old quotes, twisting them into something new to attack Harry and Meghan. And now we have another so-called royal insider, a former butler, trying to spin some fairy tale about Prince Harry and Kate Middleton, as if that was ever a serious possibility. Let's break this down and remind ourselves how the press operates, how Harry and Meghan always get dragged into these stories, and why we, as the Royal Sussex Squad, know the truth about their love story, their values and their journey. This time it's Grant Harold, a man who once worked in royal service and now makes a career writing books and giving interviews about the family. He recently told Us Weekly that back when Prince William and Kate briefly split in 2007, he thought maybe Harry and Kate would have ended up dating because they got along well. According to him, they were best friends. And he even imagined Harry might have thought, "She's pretty, my brother didn't want her, I'll have her." Now pause right there. This is exactly the kind of sensationalist nonsense the press adores, because it drags Harry's name into something scandalous when the reality is completely different. Harry has always been the loyal brother. He has always respected William's relationships, even when William didn't always return that loyalty. In fact, as even Harold himself later admits, Harry was the one encouraging William to reconcile with Kate after their breakup because he could see they were a good match. That's not the behaviour of a man looking to swoop in. That's the behaviour of a caring sibling who wanted his brother to find happiness. And let's be honest, Harry has always had his own path, his own charm, his own circle of friends and romances. He never needed to look at his brother's partner. This whole what-if fantasy is just that, fantasy. But here's where it gets messy. The press takes these comments and tries to spin them into a story about how Harry and Kate were so close, as if to subtly undermine Meghan. Because notice how every time Kate's name comes up in proximity to Harry, it's always followed by a dig at Meghan. Oh, Harry was so close to Kate. Oh, they were best friends. Oh, things are strained now because of Meghan. This is the game the tabloids play, pit women against each other, erase Meghan's love story with Harry, and pretend that she came between him and his so-called best friend. Let's set the record straight. Meghan did not come between anyone. Harry and Meghan's love story stands on its own, powerful, modern, and built on shared values. When Harry met Meghan, he found his partner for life, a woman who truly understood him, who gave him peace and purpose, who helped him heal from trauma, and who has stood beside him in good times and in bad. That's not a replacement for anyone. That's destiny. And let's not forget, the media also conveniently erases the role of William in all this. Harry and Kate's relationship didn't sour because of Meghan. It soured because of William's choices, because of jealousy, because of the way William and Kate aligned themselves with the institution and the tabloids to isolate Harry and Meghan. The tension today isn't because Harry walked away. It's because Harry refused to stay silent while his wife was being destroyed by the press, with the silent approval of his family. Even Harold, trying to soften the narrative, admits that Harry probably reached out when Kate was diagnosed with cancer. Of course he did. Harry has compassion. He's always been kind-hearted. He's not vindictive. He doesn't hold grudges the way some others clearly do. He may have distanced himself from the toxicity of the institution, but he would never ignore a family member going through such a difficult health battle. That's who Harry is, a man of empathy, loyalty and love. So why dredge this up now? Why bring up a what-if from nearly 20 years ago? Because the British press and certain royal commentators need to keep Harry's name in their stories. Meghan sells papers, Harry sells books and clicks. And when they can't come up with something new, they recycle old anecdotes, add a dash of speculation and hope the public eats it up. But we see through it. We know the agenda. This is about undermining Harry and Meghan's present by distorting their past. And here's the truth the press doesn't want to say out loud. If Harry had ever pursued Kate, the media would have crucified him. They would have called him disloyal, reckless, unfit. They would have dragged Meghan into the narrative anyway, claiming she was jealous. The press will twist the story no matter what Harry does, because he represents independence. He represents freedom from the royal machine. And Meghan represents change, a biracial, intelligent, compassionate woman who shattered centuries of archaic royal expectations. That's why they're targeted. What makes this whole thing even more ironic is how the butler himself admits Harry told William he was crazy to let Kate go. That's the real story, Harry being the supportive brother, Harry seeing the obvious, Harry being the glue, not the wedge. But instead of celebrating that, the media twists it to plant seeds of scandal. Think about it. When Harry found Meghan, did anyone doubt it was the real deal? The joy on his face, the way he publicly declared the stars were aligned, the way he protected her fiercely, even when it meant standing against the crown itself. That's not a man who was ever secretly pining for his brother's girlfriend. That's a man who knew real love when he found it. So yes, let's slam this nonsense for what it is. Another desperate attempt to stir drama where none exists, to erase Meghan's importance, and to pit Harry against his own family. But we're not buying it. And neither should you. Harry and Meghan are thriving in California. They've built their own empire, their own family, and their own legacy. They're not defined by William and Kate, by palace insiders, or by former butlers writing books. They're defined by their courage, their compassion, and their unshakable bond. And that's why we stand with them. That's why the Royal Sussex Squad exists. To cut through the noise, to defend their story, and to remind the world that truth always wins over gossip. Former royal butler recalls thinking Prince Harry and Kate Middleton would date after William's split, exclusive. While their relationship is strained now, one former royal butler initially thought that Prince Harry and Kate Middleton would end up dating following her infamous split from his brother, Prince William. They got on so well, Grant Harold, a former butler to King Charles III and author of the new book The Royal Butler, out Tuesday, September 23rd, exclusively told Us Weekly on Friday, September 5th. I remember when Prince William and Kate separated, and I think I said this, that Prince Harry and Kate got on so well that I even thought that maybe Harry and her would get together, he continued. They were that close. They were best friends, and I wouldn't have put it past Harry thinking, Well, she's a pretty girl. My brother didn't want her. I'll have her. That wouldn't have surprised me at all. So it could have been Harry and Catherine easily, I would have thought. But you know, thankfully, William got her back. He added, "What I'm trying to say is, that is how close they were. Former royal butler recalls Prince Harry's friendship with Kate Middleton. Prince William and Middleton started dating in 2001, after they met at the University of St. Andrews. The pair infamously broke up in 2007, though they reconciled in 2008 and went on to announce their engagement in 2010. At the time, I wasn't very happy about it, but it actually made me a stronger person," Kate said of the pair's split during a joint interview with William in November 2010. "You find out things about yourself that maybe you hadn't realised. I think you can get quite consumed by a relationship when you are younger, and I really valued that time for me as well, although I didn't think it at the time." Instead of swooping in and dating his brother's ex, Harold said that he believes Prince Harry ultimately pushed his brother William to reconcile with his future wife. "Harry definitely would have said to his brother, 'You're crazy.' I'm sure, I'm convinced of it," he told us. "We all thought it, you know. We were all thinking, this is mad,' because they were such a good couple together. And you know, when they separated in 2007, you know, we all wanted them to get back together. I was thrilled when they did." Despite their close relationship, Prince Harry and Kate Middleton have been distant amid his estrangement from his brother and his father, King Charles. After Harry and his wife Meghan Markle renounced their titles as senior working royals and relocated to California, the Duke of Sussex's relationship with his family has been strained, even amid Kate and King Charles's cancer battles. Harold believes that despite the estrangement, Prince Harry reached out to his sister-in-law after she announced she was diagnosed with an unspecified type of cancer in March 2024. In January of this year, the Princess of Wales revealed she was in remission. "I'd like to think he did. I would like to think that," Harold told us. "But, he's not a bad guy. I'd be horrified if he didn't reach out to Kate, especially after the cancer diagnosis. So family, let's keep supporting them." If you're enjoying this breakdown, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you never miss a new video. And if you'd like to show some extra love, consider donating through Super Thanks. It goes a long way in helping us keep this platform strong and growing. Harry and Meghan's truth deserves to be amplified, and together we'll make sure it always is.